Hey folks, Dave here playing some Player of the Game Golf by Downey Games here tonight as we play the Minnesota Open. So I have my Minnesota hat as we're playing the Minnesota Open. It's a nice colorful card here for the course. And I'm going to play some of the all-time greats. I picked up the all-time great men's set, and I picked 16 golfers, and I have 4 rounds all set up, and we're going to see how far we get through the 4 rounds in this video. My disclaimer, as always, this is not meant as a tutorial for the game. I may or may not be playing it correctly. I may make mistakes in this video. But with all that being said, I'm going to have a good time tonight. And when this video is done, it should give you an idea on how the game plays. Okay, all that out of the way, let's get on to the game. First thing you need to do is, well, let's take a look at the cards here first. So I have the Minnesota Open set up. As you can see, I have round 1, round 2, round 3, and round 4, the final round. And that's the average score for the course. It's a skill A course and a score A course, and I'll explain what that is in 1 second. Our dice rolls are simple. It's 11 to 66, and you just check the chart to see what it is. It may require a couple other rolls depending on what you do roll, and we'll get into that too. But for the most part, you just roll and get your score. How you play this out here, so Arnold Palmer is the card here. I'm not going to change cards. I wanted to put Arnold Palmer here just as a reference to see what we're looking at, but as I get on the list, it'll stay Arnold Palmer here. I'm not going to have all the golfers up there. But I just wanted to kind of give you an idea on how it plays and what you're looking at. So the first thing you need to do is put Arnold Palmer up here. His round 1 and round 2 score is a -2, so I put that up here, -2. When I go to Ben Crenshaw, he's a -1. Hogan is -1, Chichi Rodriguez is a 0, and on the list. So each player has a round score that you need to put in first. And I've done that for rounds 2, 3, and 4 down the bottom here. So that's all set up and ready to go. Next thing you do is you have the par for the course, so to speak. So on round 1, as you see, it's a 73. So I put in all 73s. Round 2, 3, and the final round, all very different. And as you can see here, my round 2, it's a 74. My round 3, 72, and round 4, the final round, is a 75. So I have all those all preset. I've also pre-inputted all the round scores for each golfer just to save some time. So that's what you need to do first. You put your round score, which is here at the top of the card, depending what round you're playing. The par for the course, you check the golf course card here, and now you're all set to start rolling. So you roll 2 6-sided dice, you look on the chart, and sometimes it's going to give you an instant number, so you put that in the modification, that gives you a round total, and then you check your plus minus, and you're done. Sometimes you'll have to do a couple different rolls. Sometimes you'll get a 11 to 66 is big day, bad day, and you check the big day, bad day chart. Now, down the bottom here in the card, you can see that it has a big day, bad day chart. This is for your standard golfers. They've included a different set here for the all-time greats, and they suggest that you use this one. And if we have one of those, I will show you how to use that. But you read off a separate chart for that. Also, you have the question marks here. That's a skill check. So you would roll again, you check the skill chart, and then you would compare that on a separate chart and roll again to get that score. And I'll explain that if we get those as they come up, because they do come up quite regularly. And it's fairly simple. It really is. So let's kick things off first, and let's get right into it. So we're looking for red. Red is good. Red is a minus number. Green is a plus number. We don't want greens. We're looking for reds if we can get it. So Arnold Palmer kicks things off. And we have our purple dice for Minnesota too, by the way. Arnold Palmer rolls a 35. A 35 is green plus 2, so that's not really good. So he was a +2 on the day. Now his round score is a -2, so that kind of cancels out. So he will be 73. He is even par for the day. Okay, so you see how that worked, is that his modification was a +2 because we rolled the 35, so that's a +2 green, so he's +2. You combine that with his average round score, which comes out to 0, so he's even on the day. So now let's roll Ben Crenshaw. Ben Crenshaw is a 42. Okay, the question mark is a skill check. Okay, so we are going to roll again and now look at the skill and see which one we're going to check. A 35 is the drive. So Ben Crenshaw, now you see Arnold Palmer's card here, he has a drive B. On the Ben Crenshaw card, his drive is C, and that is a skill. So you look at the course, it's a skill A. his drive is a C. I want to make sure I got it correct here. So I'm looking at skills A, column C, and I'm going to roll the dice. And on skills, chart A, column C, a 54 is not bad. It's a -1. So Ben Crenshaw, and we read off the skill score. It doesn't really matter which column you put this in. I think they have it set up so you know if they had a skill check or a big day, bad day, where this is just a straight modification, plus, minus, or even. So I'll put this over here for the skill score. So he's a -1. So he's got 2 minuses. So he's a 71 on the day. And he is -2, if you see how that works. We'll continue on. Ben Hogan now. Ben Hogan, we're going to roll the dice, and he's a 15. And that's another skill check. So let's skill check Ben Hogan. A 23 is a putt. So on the Ben Hogan card, he is a B putter. So I pull out my chart here. It's skill A for putting, column B for Ben Hogan. We roll the dice. Column B at 21 is 1. So his skill is 1. So if he's a -1 and a 1, that gives us a 0. That cancels out. So he's a 73, and he's also even for the day. As far as the skill and the score goes here, what I believe it is your skill check is your drive, your fairway, your trouble, and your putting. Those are your skills. So you would go to the skills chart. The score, I believe, is your par 3, 4, and 5. So that would be your score. And sometimes on the course, you'll have a skill A and a score B. So you would check scoring chart B if you were checking on the score. So that's how that works, I believe. Again, fairly simple. So let's go to Chichi Rodriguez now. He's up. Chichi Rodriguez. A 56, and he's got a skill check. So let's roll again for Chichi Rodriguez. A 62 is a par 5. So let me flip over here to Chichi Rodriguez. His par 5 is a C. It's not that good. Now this is a score now. A par 5 is a score. So Chichi Rodriguez is a C on scoring chart A. We roll the dice. A 63 on the scoring chart A in C. And, oh, that's not bad. That's a -2. Not too bad. So he's got the -2 here and the 0. So he shoots a 71. And he is -2 on the day. Let's move on to Craig Stadler. A 41. And that's a straight up 0. So there's no modification for him. He has a -1, though, for a round score. So 73 turns into 72, and he's -1 for the day. Let's move on to Curtis Strange. A 22. Oh, that's a green +2, so that's not very good. So that's just a straight-up mod of a +2. Okay, we take away the 1 here. That gives us 1, so that should be a 74 if my math is correct. And he is 1 over on the day. Ernie Els. Ernie Els rolls a 43. A 43 is red. That's good. It's a -1. Ernie Els picks up a -1. Coupled with the other -1, he's got a 71. He is -2 on the day. So he's tied with Ben Crenshaw right now. And Chichi Rodriguez. They all have -2. Freddie Couples will roll. Freddie Couples rolls a 43. That's a -1. And so with his 0, that turns into 72, and he's -1 for the day. Now let's go to Fuzzy Zeller. Fuzzy Zeller is a 55. That's a -1. -1 plus the -1 gives him 71, and he's -2 on the day. Gary Player. A 23 is a skill check. So I need to go to the Gary Player card, and let's check the skill. The roll is a 46, so we're checking his par 4. Gary Player's par 4 is a B. So on par 4 we said, right? Yep, par 4 is a score, scoring chart A, and he is a B. So column B, a 13 is not very good. Yeah, he's 3 over with that. So yeah, that didn't work out too well for him. So he is 3 over if I'm reading that correctly. So we're gonna give him a 3 in the skill score check. Well, he's got the -2, so that ain't all too bad. So he'll get a +1 on the day, and he'll finish 74, and he's 1 over right now. The Shark, Greg Norman, 15. That's a skill check for Greg Norman. So let's get the Greg Norman card out here. A 35 is a drive. Greg Norman with the drive is a B. So that's a skill. Skills chart A, column B. 61. -2. -2 for the Shark. I think he's the Shark, right? Ooh, -2 and -2. So he shoots a 69 because that's -4, and he's -4. So Norman, great day for him. He's leading the pack right now at -4. Hale Irwin is up, a 52, and that's a +1, straight up +1. Now he's got a 0 here, so he'll go to 74, and he's 1 over for the day. Jack Nicklaus, a 36, and that's a 0. So Jack Nicklaus, 0. Now he gets the -1, so he'll go to 72, and he's -1. John Daly now. Grip and rip on John Daly, 36, and that's another 0. So Daly, now he's got a 1 here, so he'll be 1 over. He'll shoot a 74. He'll be 1 over because his round score is a 1. And the final 2 golfers, Lanny Wadkins shoots a 46. Ooh, -3. That's a good one. Oh, he's only a 0, though, so he shoots a 70. Excuse me, he's -3 on the day. Nick Faldo is our final golfer of the day with a 44. 44 is a +1, and the -1 evens out, so it gives him 73, and that leaves him even on the day. So if we look at our leaderboard, it looks like Greg Norman. Oh, I'm messing all this up. Greg Norman, and what do you say? He was -4. And let me fix that 1 second. Okay, I'm back. There's always one of these little cells that I forget to change the font in. So I'm back now. So I got the leaderboard up after round 1. All right, so Norman -4, Watkins -3, Crenshaw, Els, Rodriguez, and Zeller all tied with -2. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to copy that and put this into my round 2. So what that should do, if I'm correct, is that's going to put everybody's previous score. So now I can keep track of their current score. So I'll do everything I did in round 1 right here, and then I'll just bring it over to the current score. That's how I'm going to set this up here. So let's move on, shall we? So we're back to Arnold Palmer, and he's going to roll a 42. A 42 is a skill check. So let's get Arnold Palmer's card here in front of me. A skill check. The skill check, we look at the skills column now. So a 22 in the skill column is a drive. Arnold Palmer's drive, as you can see here on the card in front of me, is a B. So he's driving B on, that would be skills chart A. So Arnold Palmer, nice high number for him. No. So his driving is a B on skills chart A, or 32 is 0. So his modification is 0. His round score is 72, so he's a -2 because of that round score. And so he goes to -2. Let me just double check my math on that. So he shot a 72, which is 2 under because of his round score. We add that to even, and he is -2 if I did that correctly. So let's move on now to Ben Crenshaw. Crenshaw, a 31. A 31 is a skill check. Column 12 is a putt. So we're going to check Ben Crenshaw's putt, which is A+. Good for him. A+ on the skill. Putting is a skill. So 53, that's good. So A+, skill A, 53, -1. So if I'm reading that correctly, that is a -1. So he's -1. So he shoots a 72 because the round score. That brings him to -2, and he's a -4. And that's how it goes. This is actually kind of fun, actually. I'm kind of enjoying this. So now let's roll for Ben Hogan. Ben Hogan's a 55. 55 is a straight up -1. Couple of the -1. He shoots a 72. He's 2 under for the day. And so that moves him to 2 under. Chichi Rodriguez. Chichi is a 21. Ooh, that's good. Minus SD. That's minus a single dice roll. So I'm going to look at the purple dice, and that's his minus for the day. 4. He's a -4. Wow. Chichi Rodriguez, -4. That he shot a 70. So he's -4 for the day. Plus, he's leading now at -6. Nice job by Chichi. Remember he used to do that? I think he was the guy that used to use his club as a sword, his putter as a sword. I think that was him. All right. So now it's up to Stadler. Was he the walrus? Was Stadler the walrus? I forget. 42 is a skill check. A skill check for Stadler. 36 is trouble. So let's go to Craig Stadler's card and check for trouble. His trouble is a C. It's not that good. Trouble is a C. So skill chart A, column C. Ooh, 61 is a -2. You want the high roll. So a -2 for Stadler. And his -1 brings him to a 71. So he is -3 on the day. Let me double check my math. -2 and -1 is -3. So he's -4. So he's doing pretty well too. Curtis Strange. He is 1 over right now. Curtis Strange with a 24. And that's a -1 straight up. -1. So his round score, coupled with that, is a 72. So he's -2 on the day. And his -2 brings him to -1. He was 1 over. Now he's 1 under. And Ernie Els, a 63. -1 for Ernie Els. So it's just a straight modification, -1. And his -1 as well gets him 72. He is -2. And now he's -4 on the tournament. Freddie Couples. Freddie Couples is a 41. And that's a straight up 0. So it's even par. He gets a 0, so 74. It's a 0. He remains at 1 under, kind of falling behind the pack. Fuzzy Zeller. 54 is a -2 for Fuzzy Zeller. -2 for Fuzzy Zeller. Plus that, oh, he shot a 71. So that's -3 on the day. And plus that is, he's now -5. Great job for Fuzzy Zeller. He's in second place right now. A 62 for Gary Player. That's a 0. So no modification. He does have a -2. So he's got a 72 for a -2. And that brings him to -1. Greg Norman. 64 is a skill check. Well, let's get the Greg Norman card out for the skill check. And here we go. We're going to look in the skill. A 52. A 52 is a drive. Greg Norman's drive is B. So we're looking at skill chart A, column B. 56 is -2. -2 for Norman. So that puts him at a -4. So he shoots a 70 because of his round score. So he is a -4 on the day. Wow, look at this guy. -8. He's going to town. Nice job by the Shark. Hale Irwin now. He's 1 over. A 61 is a +1. So +1 is a +1. So he shot a 75. That's 1 over, and that makes him 2 over for the tournament. A 24 for Jack Nicklaus. That's a -1. Straight up -1. Plus the -1. The round score is a -2, so he's -2. And he goes to -3 if I did my math correctly. John Daly. John Daly's a 23. Skill check. So let's get the John Daly card out here. And let's do our skill check. We roll the dice. A 26 is a par 3, not Daly's strong suit. So let's take a look at John Daly's par. Oh, it's a D. It's a D. So this is a score table because we checked the par 3 is a score table. So column D, score table A, column D is a 34. Oh, that ain't too bad. That's a 0. So he got out of that kind of lucky there. So Daly is a 0. We're going to put that in a skill score because I had to do some extra rolls. What I think it's how it's set up is what I do is that if you get a straight 0 or -1 or whatever off the card, it's a modification. Otherwise, if you have to do any more dice rolls, you'll put it here. Just kind of let you know how many skill checks you have to do or something. So he's a 0. So he's a +1 because of the round score. So he's going to shoot a 75 today. He's going to be 1 over, and that puts him at 2. Lanny Wadkins now. Lanny Wadkins. Ooh, we have our first big day, bad day. Okay, so I pull out my big day, bad day chart. Okay, I'm looking on A because this is a course A, I believe. Oh, no, I got to check the skill, actually, I think. Let's see how this goes. So I'm going to roll the dice. The first dice here, 1 to 6. It's a 1. So I'm checking Lanny Wadkins 1. So let me get my Lanny Wadkins card out here. Lanny Wadkins is trouble. Lanny Wadkins' trouble is a D. His trouble is a D. So now what I need to do is roll the dice in the big day, bad day chart on A in column D. Looking for low numbers. Big day, bad day. What is it? A 52 in column D for the trouble, right? Column D for the trouble. A 52, not bad. +2. Not terrible. So it's not quite a bad day. So +2. So he got lucky there because you can really get some crazy numbers. So he shot a 76. So he was 2 over, and that brings him down to -1. So that was our first big day, bad day check. And again, if you were not using the all-time golfers, if you were using a regular season, you would use the chart right here below on the big day, bad day. But they tell you on the all-time grades, they give you a different set of charts to use. So that's the only difference between a regular round and the all-time grades is that extra chart. Nick Faldo is the last one to tee off. A 61 is a +1 for Faldo. So with his -1, that averages out to 0. So he was 0 for the day, call it. So he remains even. So let me tally up things and get my leaderboard after round 2, and I'll be right back. Okay, and we're back with the leaders after 2 rounds. Greg Norman -8, Chichi Rodriguez -6, Fuzzy Zeller -5, and Crenshaw, Stadler, and Els tied at -4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my current list here, go to round 3, and I'm going to put my previous score here. And so now I can do the same thing here in round 3. So let's go to round 3 right now. Let's roll my dice for Arnold Palmer, who's -2 right now. 21 is minus. Ooh, this would be pretty good for him. So minus a single dice roll. -6. Wow. Not bad. I'm going to put that here. -6. Holy cow. So with a -1, if I'm correct, is that a 65? Where's Juckett when you need him? Is that a 65? Holy cow. 65. He goes -7, and he goes to -9. So he goes right up the leaderboard into the lead. Whoo-hoo, way to go, Arnie Palmer. Ben Crenshaw now. He rolls a 42. Skill check for Crenshaw. So let me get my cards back here for Crenshaw. And we're going to roll the dice. A 31. We're going to check his par 4. So Ben Crenshaw's par 4 is a C. So we're going to check column C. And that's a 42. 0. So he stays 0, 0, so he shoots a 72. And he stays, that's a 0. And he remains at -4. So Ben Hogan now. 43, -1 for Ben Hogan. Couple of the -2, so that should be a 69 for the day, gig. And he's -3. So he goes down to -5. Ben Hogan hanging in there. -6. Chichi Rodriguez in second place. Chichi Rodriguez, a 41. Ooh, that's 0. So he's even on the day. So, oh, no, you add the 2. Oh, that's not good. So he goes to 74. So he's 2 over. So he'll come back to -4. So Chichi not doing so good now. He drops a couple of strokes. Craig Stadler, a 34. Skill check for Stadler. So let me get my Craig Stadler card out. Skill check, a 45 is par 3. Craig Stadler is a C. C on the par 3. Checking off the scoring column, par 3, or rather a C. 0. So, not terrible. But he didn't move up or down. He's got a 0 over here, so he'll stay with a shoot of 72. And he'll remain at -4. Curtis Strange is -1. Curtis Strange with a 42. And that's a skill check. So, Curtis Strange, 25 is a par 4. Par 4 is C. We check the scoring chart. Column C, a 53 on column C is -1. Not too bad. So, a couple of his other -1, that's 70. He shoots -2, and he goes to -3 on the tournament. Ernie Els, -4. He's near the top of the leaderboard. A 22 is a +2. Not a good round here. So with the -1, we go to +1. So he's a 73. He's 1 over, and he drops to -3 in our tournament. Freddie Couples, a 22. He was a +2. Freddie Couples kind of fading away here. So he shoots a 73. He goes 1 over, and he goes to even on the tournament. Fuzzy Zeller now, a 64 for Fuzzy. Skill check for Fuzzy Zeller. Okay, it's going to be par 5. Fuzzy Zeller's par 5 is a B. Scoring chart, B. Scoring chart A, column B. 45. 0. So Fuzzy Zeller with a 0. But he's got the -2, so he comes out of the day -2. And he goes to -7. Gary Player, a 23. Skill check for Gary Player. A 55 is the trouble. We're going to check the trouble. Gary Player's trouble is A+. A+ for his trouble. So here we go. A 24 is 0. He could have picked up some ground there, but he didn't. So it's a 0. So we went -1 on the day. He shoots a 71. He goes -1 and drops down to -2. Greg Norman, 35, +2. +2 for Norman. So he goes, shoots a 73. He's a 1. And that drops him down to -7. So round 3 was not kind to the Shark. Hale Irwin, a 15. Another skill check. Hale Irwin skill check is off par 4. So let me get Hale Irwin. His par 4 is a B. Let's roll the dice. 62. B. -2. Not bad at all for Hale Irwin. Trying to get back in the tournament. So, sorry, I'm gonna put him over here just because I had to do the skill check. So he's a -4. So he shot a 68, coming in at a -4, and that puts him at -2. So he's back on the board. Jack Nicklaus is a -3 right now. A 21, a -SD. Remember, Arnold Palmer got the -6 because he got that roll. So what can Nicklaus get? We roll the dice. It's a 3. It's a -3. So he's a -3 with the -2. That's a 67, right? And so he shot -5 on the day. -5 on the day, if my math is correct. And so that brings him to -8. And he is 1 back of Arnold Palmer right now. We got a good match going here. John Daly, 31 for Daly. skill check for Daly. And 11 would be drive. That should be strong for him. John Daly. Let me get my John Daly card out. John Daly, drive is A. So looking at skill A, column A. Skill A, column A. 24 is a 0. So Daly comes up with 0, but he's 2 over because of the round score. So he goes 2 over, so Daly goes to 4 over. He's probably done for the tournament. Lanny Wadkins now. Lanny Wadkins with a 44. +1 for Lanny Wadkins. And with the other +1, it gives him a 74. He's 2 over, and he'll go now to 1 over, if my math is correct. And finally, Nick Faldo, 65, -2. -2, and it's -1, so that gives him a 69 for the day and a -3, and he'll go to -3. So I'm going to tally things up, get my leaderboard after round 3, and I'll be right back. And we're back as we take a look at the leaderboard after 3 rounds. Arnold Palmer with the 7 under here in round 3. Storms into the lead with -9. Jack Nicklaus shoots a -5, and he moves to -8. Fuzzy Zeller and Greg Norman tied with -7. Hogan -5, and several with -4 as we go to round 4. So I'm going to take my current scores, and I'm going to move them over here. And that's where we stand. So it's our final round. And as you can see, the round scores change with the player card because I'm in the final round. And also the course par for the course, is now a 75. So it's a little more difficult. So let me get the cards all straightened out here for our final round. This is kind of fun, actually. So, and here we go. The Minnesota Open, the final round. Arnold Palmer, -9. How is he going to score here on the final round? A 21. Minus the dice roll again. I can't believe it. Minus SD, a single dice roll. It's a 4. He's -4. And his -2, so that's 6. So he shoots a 69. If my math is right. Is that right? 69. He's a -6. Wow. He goes -15 for the tournament. I don't think anybody's going to catch him. That's just what I'm thinking here. Was it? Nicklaus would have to get a -7 on the day. Now that's pretty impossible. He's going to need a big day, bad day. Ben Crenshaw now. Ben Crenshaw, a 64 is a skill check. 55 is trouble. Ben Crenshaw, his trouble rating is a C. So his trouble rating of C, 25, is 1. So he's 1 over. So Crenshaw's 1 over with his 0. So he goes to 76. He's 1 over, and he finishes -3 for our tournament tonight. Ben Hogan is a 13. 13 is a plus SD. A +1. Not too bad. Not too bad. +1, -1, so he comes out even on the day. And he will stay at -5. Chichi Rodriguez at -4. Looking to make some noise here. 35. Ooh, +2 for Chichi. Not a good day. He's 79. He's +4. And he'll drop back to even. Oh, boy. That's too bad. Craig Stadler. Stadler, a 52. He's a +1. So he'll go to 76, shooting 1 over, and he'll drop back to -3. Curtis Strange. Curtis Strange, a 53. Skill check. Let me get my Curtis Strange card out here. Skill check on 35 is a drive. And Curtis Strange's drive is C. It's not that good. So C, I go 12. Ooh, not good. 12. 4 over on the day. So Curtis Strange with 4 over on the day. Shooting a 79. 4 over. He drops back to 1 over par. Ernie Els with a 14. -1. Not too bad. plus his -2, shoots him a 72 for the day, -3, and he'll go to -6. Good job by Ernie Els. Freddie Couples is even right now, and the 45 will keep him even. So, well, actually, it's a -2. I'm sorry. So he's got a -2, so he'll be a shoot of 73. He'll be -2 because of his round score, and he'll finish -2 for the tournament. A 66. Okay. Fuzzy Zeller, a -7. Big day, bad day for Fuzzy Zeller. He has a chance to catch Arnold Palmer. So let's roll our dice. It's a 1. It's the trouble. So let's check. Fuzzy Zeller, his trouble is a B. He would need an 11, and I don't even think that would do it. So let's check it out. So we said he was rolling off of the trouble. Just double check here, and Fuzzy Zeller's trouble is B. Column B. What do we got? Column B. Oh, no. Ooh, not bad. -5. Okay. -5. So not too bad. So Fuzzy Zeller, -5 plus that. He's -6. So he shoots a 69. -6, and that shoots him at -13. Oh, that wasn't too bad, actually. So he had a good day. Big day, bad day? Big day for Fuzzy Zeller. Gary Player now. A 36. He's just going to finish this -1, shoot the 74, -1, and he'll finish -3 for our tournament. Greg Norman, -7. He has a chance. Greg Norman, 51. Skill check. Let's get my Greg Norman card out. Skill check for Greg Norman. Skill check. Oh, that would have been a big day if it wasn't, but the skill check is a par 5. Whew, I got a little excited there. It's a par 5 skill check for Greg Norman. His par 5 is B. So we're looking at column B. Over here, a 31 is a 0. So he gets a 0. With the -2, puts him at 73. -2 gets him to -9. Hale Irwin at -2. A 34 is a skill check for Hale Irwin. A 25 is the par 4. And the par 4 is B. So 33 in column B is 0. 33 in column B is 0. He's got the -1 because of his rating. And he'll go to -3. Last few golfers. Jack Nicklaus, he's the last guy that can really catch him here. Jack Nicklaus, a 43 is -1 plus the -3, so he shoots a 71. He's -4, and he goes to -12. Nice effort, but he falls a bit short. John Daly now, a 22. He's a +2. He's had a heck of a series here. He shoots a 79. He is 4 over. He goes to 8 over. Let's go to Lanny Wadkins now. Lanny Wadkins, a 62. He shoots 0, 0, and 0. So 75. He doesn't go anywhere. He remains at -1. And then our last golfer now, Nick Faldo, a 56. A skill check for Faldo. Let me roll that again. And 23 is a putt. Faldo is a C putter. So let's check our C putting. A 31 on C putting is a 0. I'll just put that here. So he's the -1, 74. -1 for the day. He goes to -4. So let me add this up, and I'll get right back to you. And we're back, and I have everybody sorted here. So if we look at our leaderboard, Arnold Palmer takes the Minnesota Open here with a -15. A great effort by Arnold Palmer. Fuzzy Zeller, -13, comes in second. Jack Nicklaus, third place, at -12. Norman, Els, and Ben Hogan follow up, and you can see the rest of the card here. And actually, this didn't sort properly, so that should be a 0. So Chichi Rodriguez should be up here over Freddie Couples because I put an E in there. That's my bad. So anyway, so that's a little bit of Downey's Player of the Game Golf using the all-time great men. That was kind of fun, actually. I enjoyed that. It's seeing who had a good round and a bad round. And, when you get that dice roll, when you get the 21, that's the best dice roll in the game because you get a good minus roll on that one there. So congrats to Arnold Palmer for winning tonight's event. I hope you enjoyed this video. As we take a look at Downey's Player of the Game Golf, I'm Dave. Have a great day. Bye-bye.